in Animal Farm is the theme of power and its corrupting influence on people, enforcing that people who get too much power may become drunk with the power and overuse it and exploit others. And we see this because in the book, the pigs who initially led this rebellion eventually became more and more like the human they overthrew, becoming drunk in the power that they obtained. Now, this happening leads them to exploiting and controlling the other animals, which highlights in the book George Orwell's theme of totalitarianism and its dangers to society. Now, totalitarianism, ladies and gentlemen, is the overusing and the control of one person overusing their power to control others and all they do. And you know something, one thing about this book is that Orwell made sure that all of these characters are not only memorable to us, but the characters are very much important in their very own way, and they all, each of them, symbolize people in society and they symbolize a specific message. For example, we see Napoleon in the book. Now, Napoleon is the pig who later on took control of the farm. And Napoleon is used by George Orwell to symbolize power and its corrupting influence. And then there is another one, the second one, who is Boxer. Now, Boxer is a loyal and hard-working horse. Boxer represents the working class people who work hard to earn their living, who are mostly exploited by those in power. Now, you know something, not only the relevance of the book, but you then go on to look at George Orwell's writing style. His writing style is not only simple, but it is effective in that it allows the reader to easily understand George Orwell's complex political ideas, and it helps understand what he's trying to relate with the book. His use of animals and characters and the farm setting as a microcosm or a smaller fragment of society is particularly something that I find clever and very much intellectual, because it allows us to relate to the book and it allows him to showcase a lot more of his themes of totalitarianism and its negative effect on society. Now, if you will allow me to say this, Animal Farm, ladies and gentlemen, is it's a timeless classic that remains relevant in today's time, was relevant when it was published, and will still remain relevant to future readers. Because the book showcases society as a whole and how it truly coagulates with people, its people. Now, Orwell is very relevant in his conveyance of power and its corrupting influence, and in totalitarianism as a challenge and an enigma to society. And his conveyance of his messages and his themes, his teachings, are what makes this a book that should be read by everyone, and I mean anyone. And from my experience with the book, it's a book that I truly recommend to everyone and anyone. Now, one thing I also noticed about this book, its symbolism, is that we are able to relate it not only to society but to our school system as a whole. Because in his book, you can see that Orwell also relates to us as learners, a teaching that we should be cautionary, should be very cautious and careful of others, even those who are in authority, trying to manipulate their power against us and exploiting us. And he also, in his book, highly showcases that we can do that through educating ourselves so that we can be able to differentiate between being led and being manipulated and exploited. Now there is a specific quote from the book which says,